Now, one deadline day has already passed. Yesterday, it was Manchester United who did the biggest business as the Women's Super League window came to a close. Delighted to say, to look back on all of this, Rachel Yankey joins us right now. Very good morning to you, Rachel. Lovely to see you. Manchester United then showing real intent with the biggest signing of the day in Signe Bruun. What kind of player have they got on their hands here?
Oh, very exciting player. Real talent. They need goals, Man United, and this girl can certainly finish. So she's tall, she's physical, and she's gone and won the French league with PSG. Moved over to Lyon, and they've got her on loan. I mean, any player that's obviously just being kept out by Ada Hegerberg has got to be good. So I think Man United have done some fantastic business there.
So they should be excited by her arrival, and maybe as well because they also brought in Diane, Caldwell and Jade. So how much is this a real mark of intent from them?
Yeah, definitely. I think a really good window for Manchester United. Obviously, Mark would have worked, the manager would have worked with Jade from previous experience, obviously over in Orlando and back here in Birmingham. He knows all about her. A player that's going to bring so much experience and intelligence and grit and determination to that squad. With Caldwell, he needed to back up in the defensive area. Obviously, Millie Turner has just got injured, and he needed a centre back there. So I think it's a really good window for Manchester United.
Yeah, let's cross the divide. Let's go to Manchester City, shall we? They brought in young midfielder Julie Blackstad. But how much is that a position where they're already particularly strong, and what do you think the thinking is here?
Yeah, I definitely think it's one for the future. She'll want to play though, but I think the thing with Manchester City there, I don't think they're just looking at her as being a midfielder. I think that she can play in different positions. She can play out on the wing. She can play left back. So a player that could, obviously rotate and give them good options in different areas. So it'll be quite interesting to see how Manchester City want to use her, but definitely a player that will want to get into their squad because of the Euros. Will want to hit the ground running.
Yeah, how much is there a feeling though, perhaps that they've missed an opportunity to strengthen elsewhere?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, we've looked at them earlier on in the season when they've had their injuries. Definitely the centre back. I was a little bit surprised that they haven't signed a centre back, but they've got such a good squad. When obviously they've got all their players back from injury and from the Asia Cup, I think that they'll still be in a good stead for the season.
Yeah, it was fair to say a good window for Aston Villa. They added Rachel Cause to Jill Scott and Anna Patton. For you, how much have they had the best window of all the clubs?
Yeah, really good window for Aston Villa. I think, intelligent sort of signing, loan moves, young and up-and-coming player from Arsenal. She's a very good player. And obviously Jill Scott with her experience, to get her out on loan from Man City is a real big signing. And obviously, the manager has worked a lot with Rachel Coursey. Last season with her being at Birmingham, trusts her, brings her back into the squad or into this Aston Villa squad, will obviously strengthen them up at the back. So I think Aston Villa have had a really good window. I think Aston Villa and Man United have probably had the best of the window, the way I look at it.
Yeah. What about Vicky Schneiderbeck, who has crossed the divide? Goodness, Rachel, what are you thinking about this one? From Arsenal to Tottenham. How will that one go down?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but I know obviously Emma Mitchell done it before, and there was quite a few Arsenal fans that were a little bit enraged by that. But women's football is different to men's football. There isn't so many clubs that players can go to, and especially if you're living in London and you need to stay around the area, and these clubs do loan moves to each other. It's been seen before where it probably wouldn't happen in the men's game. But obviously wish her the best of luck. I think it will really help Tottenham out. I think it's a good signing for Tottenham. Obviously Arsenal have brought in a centre back, so they probably need to, look at their squad, and I think it probably works well for both parties.
Yeah, very diplomatically put. So you think Villa and United perhaps had the best windows? What about other? Is there any clubs that you think should have done more business in this window?
I mean, obviously, we know that Birmingham City obviously have a little bit of troubles with, finance and the way that the club is sort of backed and run. But I was surprised that they haven't tried to bring some players in, maybe on loan. But, I suppose when you don't bring players in, that you can just settle down and look at the squad that you've got and really fix on the work that you're doing there. So nothing disrupts you. But with that relegation battle, I was surprised that perhaps Birmingham City and Leicester City haven't tried to bring in maybe a few more players.
Yeah, what we do know is that it's going to be a very close title race. Have the signings you've seen made you think at all about how this might go then, the title race? Has it changed who might win it?
I think it's quite open as it is, to be honest. I mean, obviously Chelsea haven't really made too many signings in this window, but you look at their squad; it's a fantastic squad, and again, they probably want to stick to not disrupting it and looking at what they've got and making sure that they can rotate and keep everyone happy. Arsenal have brought in a few players from obviously centre forwards, centre backs. So that will strengthen them. Man United are up there, they're pushing, and I think, the players that they brought in, if it all clicks together, they could be really, pushing Arsenal and Chelsea. So, yeah, I think, it opens it up. I wouldn't like to call it, but I think probably, like I said before, Manchester United have had a really, really good window. Probably out of those three, needed to make signings and probably have made some really good ones.
Yeah, and the other news yesterday, the Football Association, PFA, have agreed to change contracts in England to make sure players in the English women's game are guaranteed maternity and long-term sickness cover. How much is that something that's been needed for a while?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely long overdue. It's fantastic news that's happened. I suppose it gives players peace of mind because, the female players are not on really long contracts, most of the players. So you want, a little bit of security, especially any players that obviously want to have a family. You shouldn't be stopped because you want to be a footballer, and as a female, it's a hard choice anyway, because you're at the pinnacle of your career, and that obviously deciding to have a family at that time is going to put you out for probably a season. So if you know that you've got the security and the backing of your club, that they'll get you back in fantastic form and obviously look after you whilst you're pregnant, and hopefully the maternity leave covers once your child's born, and helping you look after your child and support you in that way. I think that's fantastic news and gives players a peace of mind, which everybody deserves, really.
Yeah. Okay, Rachel, wonderful to speak to you as always. Thank you very much indeed.
You too, Rob. Take care.